Hey guys, Flying Scorpion here, and this is another update video for EVE Online. And in the last video I was talking about how I was grinding missions for Boundless Creation so I can get high standing with them, and then I wouldn't get taxed when I reprocess stuff inside of their station, or when I put buy orders up and sell things there. So I finished doing that, and I started working on my next set of goals. So I actually have a lot of goals here. I'm going to just write them down right here in front of you. We'll create a new notepad here, or a new note. New goals on YouTube. Alright. So first of all, I've been running missions for corporations that are members of Thucker Tribe. So Thucker Tribe has two corporations that are part of it. I won't go into the details here. I'm just going to say that they sell implants called the Nomad Implant Set. And I want that implant set. This implant set costs over 1 billion ISK. But I'm not going to pay for it because I have, if you include my corporate, I'm the only person in my corporation, so I have about 70 million ISK. That's not enough. Nowhere near enough. So yeah. One of the reasons I don't have much ISK is because I recently bought a POS, player-owned structure, and I started getting into it just to learn. So I'm learning POS mechanics. Let me go back to the implant set. This implant set increases agility. And I fly a Machariel. And a Machariel is very fast. Not as agile because it's a battleship. And so what I'm planning on doing is just improving kind of a sore spot for me on my Machariel and just give a little more agility to it. Because I like to fly around with the micro warp drive on that thing and burn around in missions and shoot things and stuff, and it'll help it stop, start faster, accelerate, turn, change directions, etc., get into warp speed quicker, blah blah blah. Alright, so beyond that, I'm planning on starting to get into reprocessing. So, as I said before, I don't have taxes when I reprocess stuff, so we'll just go to reprocess here. But my reprocessing skills are bad, and so you start off with a base of 50% for your reprocessing. And I need to improve that. You need to have at least 66% efficiency to really consider getting into reprocessing and actually getting any value out of it. So I'm going to skill into that, into reprocessing. But it's going to take a long time. It's going to take like a month of skilling to be able to reprocess just reasonably well. And there's other things I want to skill into too. So why reprocess? Why do that? Alright? I'm a combat player through and through for the most part. I'm just starting to branch out into other areas. It's because I run a lot of missions and I collect a lot of garbage stuff. Like these metal scraps right here. I've got a huge stack of metal scraps here. And this is worth nothing. The only thing you do with metal scraps is you reprocess it. I've also got a whole bunch of other junk, like these micro warp drives. I could sell that. That's probably worth selling. But here we go. Like this, these afterburners. It's better off just to reprocess them. Or this, I could reprocess that. And the minerals you get from reprocessing are worth more than the item you start off with in a lot of these cases, particularly the metal scraps. And I've got 553,000 ISK worth of metal scraps. I don't know how much it'll be worth after I reprocess. I'm not going to bother right now because my skills are crap in that area. So after I do that, I'm just going to sell the minerals on the market, or actually what I'm probably going to do is just throw them into my new folder, or my new area called Minerals and Ore. I'm starting to collect minerals and ore. I've got a little bit of titanium in there. I don't know, I should have more in here actually. Oh wow, I've got 2 folders for this. Well, there we go. Rename this controller, or this to XXX. Alright, there we go. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to collect this stuff, and eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these minerals to build things. Like, for example, a 5-run blueprint copy of Republic Fleet Gyro Stabilizers. I might start building that. Now, the reason why I would get into that is because these things sell for a lot. And that's a much better way to use the minerals. So that's what I plan on doing. Alright, let's get back to the notepad here. Why reprocess? Build shit. make more money with loot from missions. So what I'm actually turning my character into is he's already proficient. He's already proficient with mission running and combat. I've done a little bit of PvP. He can stand his own ground and, you know, get things done in that regard. But he's not very efficient in terms of money, and that's why I'm going to start branching off into these types of things. So I'm also going to get into blueprint research and build my own stuff that I use frequently, like ammo. So I've already skilled my character many months ago into marketing a little bit, into buying and selling stuff and things like that. And what I found is that a lot of my market orders have been sitting here for a really long time without getting fulfilled. Like, I want to build 100,000 medium proton am, or 100,000 units of phase plasma, and I have been the top buyer for quite some time. It's just not getting filled. No one's selling it to me. You can buy it from the sell orders, but at that point, you're almost better off just to build it yourself. In fact, I already am better off to build it myself. I can get it for cheaper and for faster if I just build it myself, I'm pretty sure. I know for some of these, definitely. So yeah, I'm going to build my own stuff, my own ammunition. And this is particularly important because the Macario guzzles ammo. It uses a lot of ammo. So I've purchased a few Blueprint Originals, Phase Plasma, EMP, and Fusion, and I've got them being researched right now. It doesn't cost much to research them. It's just something that goes on in the background, and they're valuable. After about a week, they'll have good efficiency in terms of the materials used to make them, and they'll have another week. I'll give them good efficiency in the time it takes to make them, and I can start building my own ammunition, and hell, I can start filling the sell orders. But yeah, that needs to be done. So what have we done? We talked about the implants. We've talked about how I've got a POS. I'm learning POS mechanics. I'm getting into reprocessing. I'm getting into building stuff. I'm getting into blueprint research. I'm doing this because the Macario needs a lot of ammo. It consumes a lot, and when I run missions, it'll be more cost effective if I produce my own ammo. Finally. Geez, I totally forgot what I was going to talk about in the final area here. Oh, I started getting into mining just a little bit. So, I'm training now, mining skills. It'll take me about a week, I'd say, to have decent mining skills, maybe about 9 days, I'd say, to have relatively good mining skills and be able to fly this ship, the Retriever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Retriever, and I'm going to just fly my Dremel out and scout and find an area to run or to mine in. And what I'll do is I'll time how long it takes to fill the mining barge's cargo hold. And I'm in school, so I get a lot of homework where I just sit here at the computer doing things, and I can have Eve in the background mining passively. I'll tap back every 20 minutes or whatever, however long it takes. Whatever anyways, whatever. So yeah, you get the idea, and then I think you see where this is all coming together. So I'm basically rounding out my character. For a while, I've gone back and forth between a traditional player where you just run missions and a PvP player, an aggressor, where I just go out and shoot at stuff, and I just go back and forth making money between the two. And right now I'm focusing on just rounding out my skills, getting more experience in other areas of the corporate or the game, so that if I ever run a group in the future, I'll be knowledgeable on all of the different areas of EVE Online, and I'll be effective at making more money than I lose. That's the long-term goal, is to just make more money than I lose. And since I'm out doing any PvP at all right now, I'm definitely in a state where I'm making more money, and if it's not really ISK, it's sheer assets I'm building up. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.